Hi, beautiful. Welcome back to the Abundance Club 2025. Love that you are here. Thank you for joining me. How are you feeling? Happy New Year and all of the things. I hope that you were able to take some space. One of the beautiful things that I really love about this time of year is the forced pause and the promise of reflection that brings, the opportunity, hopefully, to go inward, to reflect, to reset, and to move into 2025 harnessing a renewed intention. And I really love to use this time of year, not so much to do the work on resolutions and writing down goals, although there's certain aspects of that that are really valuable and really worthwhile. But I'm also reminded at this time of year of how so many of us place a lot of power, a lot of energy in the external manifestations, on the external goals, on the so called resolutions. And so many of us, come the end of January, have really let them go, forgotten about them, and we fall back into the old ways and the old patterning. So, and I'm not saying that to deter anyone away from whatever rituals you feel called to anchor into at this time of year, because it's all worthwhile and it is all going to create some impact. But if you are really wanting to co create a bigger vision, a new reality for yourself in 2025, we really have to be willing to do the important inner work to shift our vibration. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to hold the manifestation, to follow through on the realization of our goals, our resolutions. So instead of utilizing our energy to try to create, try to make things happen at this time of year, I really believe it is more potent, more powerful to open yourself up to soul alignment, to bringing yourself into coherence with your heart, with the energy that you would like to tap into, to cultivate within yourself, to activate within yourself. And that energy or that frequency, which might come through you as a particular word, and I always suggest to people in my community and my clients to ask your soul, ask your soul to show you what the word, whenever you ask your guidance system, it is always going to deliver. It's always going to show you. So this is a real shift from a lot of the emphasis placed on what do I need to do to make something happen into who can I allow myself to become? What is the quality that I need to embody or tap into in order to shift into true alignment and resonance with that which is for my highest good? When you do that, when you move into that soul alignment, you tap into your highest potential. When you are tapped into your highest potential, the things in your life that are for your highest good, that are mapped out by your soul, are organically, unnaturally going to arrive into your life. Now, for me, when I tuned into a word, and I do this every year, you might have one word, you might have two words that It's really, the word really represents the energy that you could tap into, that you could really bring to life, that's going to create really, really positive outcomes for you in 2025. Now, my particular word this year, or one of my words, was miracles. And in my Abundance Club membership, this is the theme of this month. I spoke about this in the New Moon Activation Circle a few days ago. And about when we feel into miracle consciousness, there's likely to be a part of you that goes, that's just woo or make believe, or miracles don't happen to me. So it can feel to our logical mind, to our ego self, a really out there, elusive, let's say, phenomenon, right? I truly believe that as we are progressing, as we are ascending as a collective, as we are moving through this awakening process, we are leaving behind the old way of doing things. We are leaving behind the old paradigm, which is very much rooted in a certain level of separation and fear and scarcity and control, that in order to manifest anything, in order for anything to occur for us, there needs to be a certain level of hard work and action, maybe hustling to receive that. Miracle consciousness asks us to open up our eyes, to see the world through a lens of unlimited possibilities and awe and divine flow and synchronicity. And this is all under this miracle vibration. And this is really collectively, as well as individually, what we are being invited to open ourselves up to receive. And a really beautiful way that you can start to do this is recognize, notice where in your life already, where in this past year even, have miracles occurred for you? Have things occurred beyond logical reasoning? When we look for the miracles become more commonplace. We experience more of the magic, more of the miraculous within the mundane, within our everyday life. We are entering into the age of miracles. So what would it take for you to open yourself up to unlimited, expansive possibilities? And I am so excited by this. 2025 holds the energy of excitement. Yes, we are going to go through challenges again. Yes, there's going to be turbulence. That is part of the human experience. We cannot hide from that. We can't escape it. We can't deny it. But what if you chose in this moment to ride the waves of uncertainty, to ride the challenges and the turbulence, knowing that there's this overarching, you are held in this energy of miracles, of miraculous. What that means is that everything that is occurring in your life, even the challenges, the triumphs, are held in the hands of the divine, are for your highest good. The women that I've been working with and the process that we did in the New Moon Circle the other night invited us, or the other morning rather, invited us to access our highest timeline. You could consider this as your highest potential. When you do this, when you choose to align with the greater consciousness and your soul, you don't need to so much focus on what are the things I need to do, because you trust and you know that it is a given. You are walking your highest timeline, so you are going to be shown. You are going to be led. You are going to be inspired to take the necessary steps and the action that is required in order for you to manifest. And if this seems like it's a bit to get your head around, welcome, because you're not meant to. Our ego mind and our logical mind is going to try and work this out because that's what it does. We are being invited in 2025 to move into more of a heart-led, a heart-coherent space where we are allowing life to move through us and we are acting on impulses. We are witnessing, experiencing divine synchronicities, and we are letting ourselves move with the flow of life. Yes, it can feel uncomfortable. It is meant to. Yes, we're not going to know what's in front of us, what's ahead of us. We are not meant to. And this is where, and I want to break down this little formula for you around what creates miracles, what is required for you, of you, in order for you to welcome miracles into our life. And there is a few elements. I've broken this into a formula, an equation with a few key elements that if you want to move into 2025, opening up to the vibration of miracles and experience miracles in your life, this is what's required of you. Number one, a deep anchoring into faith and trust like you never have before. Faith and trust that there is a divine plan for your life, that you are being guided by the invisible consciousness of the universe that you are co-creating with, that you are tapped into. Call that source, God, love if you want to, soul. It's all as one. You are a divine part of that. You are a divine spark of that consciousness. So the more that you can anchor into that and trust in the invisible and infuse your everyday with the energy, as soon as you wake up in the morning, with the energy of faith and trust, and you ask to be shown and you ask to be led, then you are opening yourself up to miracle consciousness. The second aspect of this, along with faith, is inspired guidance that leads to inspired action. The how is not your business when it comes to co-creating. That's spirit's job. That's the divine work. But your job is to act on, is to take the steps. And this is where the masculine principle comes into play. The feminine is very much about holding faith, trusting in the bigger picture and the divine plan. The masculine, because we need both, we both are embodying aspects of the divine feminine, the divine masculine. The divine masculine asks us to take the most soul-aligned, inspired action. And you can do this by asking yourself each day, show me, guide me. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? That's where your job starts and ends, is taking those steps, one breadcrumb at a time, one half step at a time, even. So acting on that. So the first one is faith. The second one is that inspired action. So we add those two together. And then there's something that we need to subtract here. There's something that we need to let go of for this equation. And that is attachment. This is hard for many because we are used to being in control. Many of us are used to feeling like we need to be in control. We need to make it happen. We need to know. That needs to go. There is no place for that in miracle consciousness. So we subtract the attachment to the outcome. We let go of control. Let go and let God. So that is the third aspect of this. All of that together, that equation, faith and inspired guidance and action, subtracting our attachment to the outcome and the control, equals miracles. And as you do this, you have the choice, you have the opportunity each day to see the divine in everything, to look for the miraculous. The more that you do that and appreciate the awe, the magic, the miraculous in every day, the more that you do that, the more that you will see that. The more that life will continue to show you and guide you and bring in those synchronicities and bring in that confirmation and bring in those signs from the universe to remind you that you are on the right track. Keep going. And that's when we start to see angel numbers. That's when we start to see some signs which might come in the form of, I don't know, animals, birds, feathers, song lyrics that we hear, a conversation where somebody says something and we know that it was just meant for us. Reminders that might come from someone that we love and trust, a friend, a child. Sometimes our children will channel through guidance for us unintentionally and unexpectedly. So there are so many ways that the universe is conversing with you, but it's really important that we open up our eyes to receive it. The more that we can receive the guidance that wants to come through, the more that we are opening up to the miraculous. So that is it, my friends. And I'm doing this in a real nutshell. If you want to dive into this more, this is the theme for the Abundance Club membership this month. We are going to unpack this, investigate it, tap into this much more deeply in the January masterclass, which is next Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can join live or you can watch the replay. I'll put the info in the show notes. I am calling in next level expansion and profound transformation for those who are in my community and those who I am working with this year. And in order to really access that, we need to be able to have someone, a guide, a friend, a mentor that can keep us, that can hold us in the light, that can hold us accountable, that can continually remind us to come home and remember our inherent power. And that is gold, my friends. And whether you have that in already, you might have that in friends. I know that I do, but I also have my own guidance system in the ethereal realm, but also those mentors in the physical realm that help me to do that. And if we are expecting, if we are claiming next level outcomes in our life, then we need to be able to prioritize ourselves. We need to be able to invest in ourselves and in our own growth and expansion. I am excited for each and every one of you. I am excited to continue to hold space for you, bring through the transmission in this podcast. I love you so much. Please remember how incredible, how amazing you are, and how this miracle consciousness is available to you right now because you are the miracle. Remember that. Have the most beautiful day. I hope you are starting your year feeling good, feeling in alignment, feeling excited, because that brings us into a vibration of joy and pleasure and love. And really, that's the frequency that we want to be on if we are going to invite divine miracles into our lives. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you again soon. Please feel free to like, share, recommend this episode to someone that might need to hear it. When we share that, we share the love and we share light throughout the world. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. All the best. Speak soon.